Hello wonderful people, welcome to Just Shake or Steer. My name is Georgi and this is another cocktail video today, Thursday. But today it's St. Patrick's Day, and as much I wanted to share as many cocktails for St. Patrick's Day, some things happened last week when I wasn't able to record any videos, so I kind of get late. But to compensate, I'm presenting to you today two cocktails. So one of them is based on Irish whiskey. It's basically a version of Manhattan calling for Irish whiskey instead of bourbon, and it's called the Dubliner Cocktail. So we're gonna use the Jameson Black Edition today, a wonderful expression of Jameson, and you're gonna see the ingredients shortly. The second cocktail is for all of you who doesn't like whiskey yet, so I'm gonna make a cocktail called my Sherry Amore, and it's based on gin. So if you're ready, let's crack on and make some wonderful cocktails today. So this is what we're making today. As I mentioned, two cocktails. One of them is based on Irish whiskey and it's inspired by the Manhattan, but it's using Jameson Black Barrel. So if you never try this, it's a wonderful expression of Jameson. And of course, we're gonna use the Starlino, Vermouth and Aperitivo and the cherries. So why we're using this? Because on Monday Daram I present the Hotel Starlino, Vermouth and Aperitivo, and if you missed this episode, make sure you check it out when we talk about each and one of the expressions of the aperitivos, the vermouth and the actual cherries. So this is gonna be your Dubliner cocktail, which is based on whiskey, and for everybody else who doesn't like whiskey but want to drink something on St. Patrick's Day, nice and refreshing, I have my Sherry Amore, which is based on gin, but of course it's using the Starlino Rosso. And if you don't have the Starlino Rosso, make sure you watch the recipe, because I'm gonna tell you what you can supplement as coming per the original recipe. So what you need for the Dubliner cocktail? You need Irish whiskey. In this case I'm using Jameson Black Barrel, which is fantastic edition of Jameson. Then we're using the Starlino Sweet Vermouth, Vermouth Rosso, Grand Marnier and Angostura Orange Bitter. So let's start build. First we start with the Irish whiskey. We need 60 ml or 2 ounces of your preferable Irish whiskey. If you have the Jameson Black Barrel in your neck of the wood, just use it. Here we go. Then we have the Starlino Sweet Vermouth. Again, as I mentioned before, if you don't have the Starlino Sweet Vermouth, just use any Vermouth Rosso which is available for you. Only 15 ml or half an ounce. This is basically a version of Manhattan, but you have wonderful, obviously, Irish presence with the whiskey and beautiful touch from the Starlino with the aged Vermouth Rosso in the Kentucky bourbon barrels. So it's a quite different. Then 15 ml or half an ounce of the Grand Marnier. And finally, to round up everything and bond everything together, we're gonna go with 2 dashes of Angostura bitter. So 1, 2. And this is it. Now fill up your mixing glass with ice. You need to give it a good stir to chill the cocktail. And then of course serve. So when I'm stirring, don't forget you can always hit the like button, because the algorithm of YouTube like it and I love it. And also, if you're new to the channel, hit this subscribe button. Don't be shy, okay? When your mixing glass it's cold outside and it's steamed, you should be absolutely fine. Give it a little try, just a little drop on top of your hand. Absolutely fantastic. I will serve this in a cup glass again. Just gonna grab my strainer. You don't need any double strain because we don't have any juices or any ice broken, so just strain into your cup glass and garnish with a lovely maraschino cherry. In this case I'm using the Starlino cherries, which is maraschino as well. And this is the Dubliner cocktail. The second cocktail is for all gin lovers. So we have today Luxardo Dry London Gin. We have the Starlino Rosso, so I wanted to present to you the Grapefruit one. We have a Fino Sherry Peychaud bitters, and of course a freshly squeezed grapefruit juice. Yes, so I'm gonna squeeze here the juice and let's start building the cocktail. First we start with the gin, and we need 2 ounces of the dry London gin, so use any gin you have at home, anything what you like. 2 ounces, 60 ml. Then we're going to Starlino Rosso. Now, if you don't have the Starlino Rosso, the original recipe of this cocktail require Aperitivo. So just make it with Aperitivo and you have absolutely blast with this cocktail, I promise you. So this is 30 ml or 1 ounce. Then we have Fino Sherry, which is 7.5 ml, it says in the recipe, but I'd like to have a little bit more dryness, so we'll go with 15 ml, which is half an ounce of the Fino Sherry. 2 dashes of Peychaud bitters or any Creole bitter. So we have 1, 2, and finally my freshly squeezed grapefruit juice, 30 ml or 1 ounce. Filled up the shaker with ice and give it a really good shake, and we're gonna serve in a cup glass. So 10-second shake. Perfect. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. So for this cocktail, I'm gonna use a cup glass, and this is it. You can chill it in the freezer or you can directly serve as it is. Grab yourself a strainer and give it a double strain, just because you have the grapefruit inside, so you don't want any of the pulp going in the glass. Also, you have ice which is broken, so you don't want any of the small piece of ice to float on top of the cocktail. And just strain it to your cup glass. Wonderful pink color. You're gonna have refreshing gin cocktail with an amazing refreshing taste, a bitterness, and obviously zest from the pink grapefruit. Now for garnish, I'm gonna use, I have prepared already a wonderful pink grapefruit zest, and this is it. This is my Sherry Amore. So here we are, the Dubliner cocktail. Cheers everyone, happy St. Patrick's Day. Amazing. If you like Manhattan, if you like boozy, if you like something with kick and a hit, you gotta try this. Obviously, it's not gonna be that sweet like when you're making it with bourbon, because you have the Irish whiskey, but the Irish whiskey is very mellow. So you won't have too much kick, just enough to give you this wonderful feeling from, you know, when you're enjoying a Manhattan. Simple as that. Yeah, let me try the refreshing My Sherry Amore. Beautiful. Oh yes. This is typical wonderful mixture of bitterness, spice from the juniper, a lovely citrus coming from the pink grapefruit with a sweetness, and a little dryness coming from the sherry. It's just wonderful, very refreshing. As I mentioned earlier, you can replace the Starlino Rosso if you don't have this grapefruit aperitivo. You can replace it with Aperol, which is coming from the original recipe. But also, by any chance, if you have Pampel, which is somewhere here. So yeah, if by any chance you have Pampel Aperitivo, which is the French one with the pink grapefruit, you can use it as well. So this is everything from me for this week. I hope you enjoy it. Enjoy your St. Patrick's Day. Enjoy your weekend. And I'll see you next week with more cocktails. And yeah, hopefully, not hopefully, but definitely finished bar by then. So for now, my lovely friends, go enjoy your weekend. I'll go get ready for work. And yeah, I'll see you next week. As always, I love you and I leave you. Bye bye.